Yes, it's raining yet again at Mapperton. Just as we thought we were coming out into some sunshine, the heavens opened.
It wasn't forecast
God,
to rain
it wasn't
today.
forecast, was it? Put our hoods on. Anyway, even though it is raining, we've come somewhere that doesn't dampen the spirits in the slightest, because these are parts of the Mapperton Wildlands project that get us really excited. Claire, you're excited about what we're doing here, aren't you?
Excited and nervous at the same time.
Excited and nervous. This field in particular has a very specific purpose, and it's going to be an orchard.
Yeah.
And what's more exciting about it than it just being, and we're getting wetter and wetter here,
Poor Chris.
this is Coltley. So Coltley was a mixed farm. It had a little bit of arable, it had a dairy, it would have had some crops, but most interestingly, it had an ancient orchard. And this orchard would have been part of the food crop that was supporting the community of people that lived up at Coltley. And there may have been as many as 30 or 40 people living in this small farm area. So the orchard would have been really important, particularly this time of year, which is when you would start to pick the fruit, harvest the fruit. And Claire, tell us a little bit about what we know of the history of the orchard.
Well, all I know about the history of the orchard is back in the late 1800s, early 20th century. There was certainly an orchard here. And when we were looking at developing the countryside stewardship scheme and the agreement, looking at the rewilding area, it was a specific part that Natural England and Dr. Tom had picked up, and everyone thought it would be a great idea to rejuvenate the old traditional orchard that was once here.
So we're going to bring back the orchard, and what's really helpful is that it is shown on the old maps, what are called the tithe maps. So you can see very clearly that, as Claire says, 150 years ago, there was an orchard here. Let's go look at the land and see what we're going to be planting where. Look at all this fabulous new fencing though.
So we might need a spot of drainage just in this entrance area.
Claire says we might need some drainage. I think that's a fair point. What will we do for drainage, Claire? What are the options?
Probably some perforated pipe, some cross drains perhaps.
Cross drains to get the water that's coming here.
Exactly,
over
straight
there.
over into the stream beyond.
Yeah. But look at this, it's been cleared and it's been fenced. Look at this fabulous new fencing for Mapperton. It's not been known for the quality of the fencing. It's a reason why so many of our animals keep escaping. But this field is a model of modern fencing. What do you call this type of fencing, Claire?
This is just general stock fencing. And the reason we have stocked it is because we will put sheep in here to graze around the orchard trees to keep the grass down. Around the tree, there'll be sort of fence to keep the deer off. So we've got 88 trees, I think, planned to come in here. A mixture of apples, cherries, plums, cobnuts and pears. And every tree is going to have its individual guard. And
that's because this is stock fencing, it's not deer fencing.
Not deer
so it's not high enough to stop the deer coming in. But it will keep the sheep in.
It will.
And we're going to graze it with sheep because it's important for us to stay on top of the grass.
Yeah.
Why would we use sheep here rather than anything else?
I think I might have remembered somebody telling me one day that deer don't necessarily like to go where the sheep have gone.
Right.
So it could also help with keeping deer away.
Keeping the deer away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure some wise person told me that once.
And of course, getting the sheep here is going to be a whole other story.
That will.
And as we know, Claire is an incredible shepherdess. And you'll undoubtedly have all of us helping out, getting them up the hill. So we've got all of that excitement to come. Anyway, let's go have a look at the
We've also got
plot.
a sheep trailer now, so that might be the way forward.
Yeah, but that can only take how many sheep?
Oh, it'll take probably 10 of ours.
It'll take 10.
It should
will it?
do.
Okay. Now, all of this area, interestingly enough, used to have another purpose at Mapperton, which is that it was part of a large pheasant pen. And one of the things that, if you've been watching Mapperton Live for a while, you will realise is that we as an estate decided to stop driven pheasant shooting a few years ago, and part of the project has been pulling out the old pheasant pen and replacing it with other sorts of fencing linked to the nature recovery project. And in fact, I think, Claire, I can see a big pile.
No, that's the stock netting that was on the outside of the pheasant pen. So the pheasant pen came out at the end of last year, so the end of 2023, and that's been disposed of. Ben and his team of volunteers have been up here removing pipe, and now we have a lot of tree brush because we had to do a lot of cutting away to actually get the old stock fencing out and the new stock fencing in. And once we've done that, we've got a bit of bracken to control.
Right.
But apart from
it's
that,
sort of ready to go, ready for planting.
We're ready to go.
And we are in the process of ordering the trees, and once the trees have arrived, hopefully in the autumn, we will still get going with the planting. Now that looks like a big bonfire waiting to happen.
It does look like a big bonfire waiting to happen.
Yeah, is that the plan?
Mm.
Yeah. And the other thing to say about this, because it's not a place I've been into very often, is it's wonderfully enclosed.
Yes.
So you're sort of tucked away, but that's also quite good in terms of the likelihood of any frost. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so, because it's quite sheltered with sweet chestnuts and that lovely ash tree there that isn't suffering too much. It should be relatively enclosed and sheltered from any frosts, which of course you don't want with the blossom on the trees and the crops going forwards. But I remember, well, something your mum said recently also is, and I don't know what effect this will have on the trees, but the saline breeze coming across, which I think we probably had a bit of this morning, haven't we? Because we're only, what, 5-6 miles as the crow flies
6 miles
down
from the sea, yes. So there's a bit of shelter from the salt that comes up from the sea, and that will also help with the growth of the orchard. Well, this is terrific. This is a really exciting project. It's just at the very start. We will bring you back when we start planting, and over years to come we're going to have pears, plums, and of course more Mapperton apples. Right, Claire and I today are back at what used to be an enormous pheasant pen, but you'll have seen in previous episodes that the plan here is to build an orchard, to restore an ancient orchard. And one of the wonderful things about the maps that the Victorians put together is that you can still see on them where the orchards were, even down to individual trees sometimes. So Claire, this project is quite exciting, isn't it? It's one of our favourite.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see it through.
It looks a little bit like
labour of love.
looks a little bit like a mud bath at the moment, but out of this something wonderful is emerging, and we've got a team of volunteers helping with the planting. We've got the wonderful Mark with his slough, his digger at the back. This looks like a bit of a tank, this thing over here.
Yeah, so this is a track dumper. That's the only vehicle we can actually get in here apart from the slough.
Because it's so muddy. And what's happening today, Claire?
So what's happening today is we got here early this morning, and I'd already started marking out some of the canes with Erin from
so the canes are marking the spot where the tree is going to be planted?
Yep, they are.
And what are we saying, 80 trees, something like that?
80 trees. So when we worked this through with Natural England, they'd advise more, but looking at the amount of land that we've lost to the hedgerows and the new fence, and then putting allowance in for a sort of potential frost pocket, I suppose, particularly over there. I've brought the planting back away from the fence. Yeah. So we've probably shrunk the area a little bit more than we'd envisaged when we first started planning this about 3 years ago.
But so 80 trees, and let's have a look, because you've got a list of the varieties that we have, and these are a fantastic range of different so traditional orchard trees.
Yeah, they were chosen by your mum.
Chosen by mum, and we've got, look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different types of apple tree. 4 of each, ranging from the Beauty of Bath to the Laxton Superb. I've not heard of that. Oh, there's a russet in here as well.
There is a russet in there.
Russet is my favourite, as people might know. to a chisel jersey. What's a chisel jersey?
know.
Do you know what a chisel jersey is?
No, sounds...
Isn't that fantastic? And look at this, 3 different varieties of pear, black Worcester.
Doyen de Comis is my favourite.
Is that Doyen de Comis? Okay,
It's
yeah,
really,
you'll be
really
having
nice.
some of those.
Really nice.
I think some sort of stewed Doyen de Comis can be quite delicious. Burr Hardy. Then we've got some damsons. We've got prunes. Look at all the varieties of prunes we've got. We've got what we call the Tsar, the Victoria St Julian, the Warwickshire Drooper. Do you know about a Warwickshire Drooper? Anyway, that's a wonderful type of plum, and a Mirabelle, and the Green Gage, the Coe's Golden Drop. Is that it? That's it, isn't it?
Yep.
Look at them all.
That's the haulage charge that I think we're going to try and get back. Because our one fly in the ointment here is that the trees haven't arrived.
The trees have not arrived. The lorry has got stuck. The road was closed to Mapperton. He couldn't work out how to get round to get here. And to be fair to him, it would have been quite difficult. And somewhere out there are the trees, and we are waiting for the trees. And there may be some news coming in as to whether the lorry has found its location. In the meantime, everybody is marking out the locations. We're preparing also for some drainage to go across because it gets very, very wet down there. And we're going to need to have good access to here so we can come and pick all the apples. I don't think Julie will be doing this one single-handed though,
I
will
don't
she?
think so, no.
No, she'll get some help. And there might be more wonderful volunteers who want to come and help us pick these apples and pears and plums in future, and in return they might get some to take away and to stew and to turn into delicious crumble, don't you think?
Yes, but before that I think pruning is a big step that we've got to overcome.
That's
as well.
true, pruning.
This is going to be
Who's got to do the pruning?
quite a mission for pruning.
Let's not tell Susie about the pruning. No, okay. We'll need a pruning team. Offers are welcome to help with the pruning. Claire, you're muddy.
I'm very muddy.
The trees have arrived. Hooray! What happened to them?
Well, the driver ran out of hours, and so they went back to the depot in Exeter.
They're back to Exeter,
Yeah,
and they've come back again.
They came back again, but didn't arrive till about 4:30 yesterday afternoon.
Right, and we can do some planting.
We can, yeah. We've made a good
What
start.
have we got? What species have we got here?
So here we're planting some pears. So we've already put the plums in,
Right.
so that we can put them in the sunniest spots.
So the plums have gone in the sunny spot. This is a pear Doyen du Comis.
Really, really nice eating pear.
And we're just going to stick it in, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's deep enough, is it, with the roots?
Yes.
Do you think? Yeah?
So the grass, we need to sort of put it to about that level there.
On the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. Fabulous. What's your favourite pear dish?
I'm not actually a great fan of cooked pears, but I do love...
You're not?
No.
What about stewed pears?
No.
No?
I much prefer stewed apples.
Right, what about pear crumble?
I much prefer apple crumble. Apple and raspberry crumble is
Pear
my
anything?
favourite. Just
normal
raw pears.
Raw pears.
Just raw
We're going to
eating
get plenty.
pears.
How many pears do you think this is going to produce for us in its lifetime?
Gosh, I don't know. It's going to be a few years before it produces any, but
It is, isn't it?
yeah.
But it's a start. It's getting going. Fabulous. And when do we put the mesh on?
Justin and Carla are putting the stakes in at the moment and putting the tree guards.
So they're
the
coming
tree ties
afterwards to
around.
do that.
Yeah, and then once they've done that, then they'll put the stakes in for the tree guards themselves.
Let's go join them over there. So this is the key moment. We've got Justin and Carl here putting the stake in that's going to support the tree, and then obviously it gets its mini enclosure. Okay, I gotta have a go. Enough? I'll do it. There we go. So what's going on? We're putting the strap on to tie it in, and then after that we put the guards up.
Cages up, yeah.
Put the cages up.
Get
Yeah.
the deer out.
Look at it. It's all just suddenly happened. It's almost everything's planted now, isn't it? Just a few more to go. Well, it may look like a bit of a muddy mess here at the moment, but out of the mud, life is going to emerge. And this orchard is one of the most exciting things that we're doing at Mapperton at the moment, to be able to bring back all of these traditional species and to look forward to all the fruit that's going to be produced. And what's also important about this is that it is a restoration project. It is bringing back an orchard that was here 100 years ago. We know that because of the maps, and this orchard would have been providing food for people living up at Coltley and beyond, and I'm sure it will do the same again. Claire, I haven't been back to the orchard since it was all put in. And amazing, the grass has grown and some of the trees are in blossom.
They are.
What have we got here? It's an apple.
Superb, Laxton Superb, which I think is a...
Laxton Superb.
I think that's a cider apple.
Is it a cider apple?
Yeah. So just
How
in
delicious.
case all of the labels came off, before they came off, I marked everything on a map.
I remember.
So that we've got a record of where all the trees are
And
where
this is all
varieties are.
the deer fencing, which will protect them as they grow.
Yeah.
But they all seem to have taken. And
Yeah, I haven't seen one that hasn't come out in leaf yet, which is promising.
yeah. Now, what's the bit of tube in your hand?
So the bit of tube in my hand, we've got a couple of options coming up. So when they start to grow, hopefully next year or later on this year,
Yeah.
they might start to hit the top of the cage,
Yeah.
top of the deer fence, and rub against it.
Right.
So we've got two options. One is when we take the
Post out.
fencing off, to do a bit of formative pruning. We could either slip down and open out the top of the fence so that the top of the tree's got room to
Comes
grow
out.
and flourish,
Yeah.
or we can use something like this to sit along the top
Right.
to create a softer edging for the trees.
Right. Right. And that way, it will encourage the tree to grow outwards instead of up.
I think
Or
it'll
just protect.
just
the bark.
protect the bark and reduce the rubbing and any damage and
Yeah.
infection that might come in after
But
that.
if we lowered this, surely that then opens it up for deer after a certain point. So isn't it better to do something like this?
Yep, probably.
Probably.
It's just finding the right thing. So
Right. Yeah, look what you've done.
this
This is
might
a bit of split tubing, and so your idea is that sort of goes round
yes.
like this.
Yeah.
I see, and it just sits there, which it will.
Yeah.
But it's only going to go halfway.
Exactly, it's not long enough.
But that's all right. You just get a longer bit.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think the diameter of this is 600 mil.
Right.
So I think it's 600.
So you're
It's quite
looking
wide.
at this. If we get this on, it's a bit over half, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at these. It's another apple, and it's cat's head, organically produced. Claire, when are we going to have our first apples, do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
Couple of years,
the tree stock
isn't
is
it?
quite old. You might get some this year, but I think I'm no expert, but they say don't be tempted to pick the fruit in the first year. It knocks them all off, and
Right.
then you'll get a bigger, better fruit the next year.
Right. So
So you've
even
just
if
got to
we
be
have
patient.
scrumptious apples hanging from these the boughs of these trees, we must not be tempted, like Eve, to pluck one. Now we've just been with the sheep, and of course part of the plan
Is to bring the sheep up
is
here.
to bring the sheep to graze the orchard, and that would have been quite a traditional thing to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is still definitely part of the plan.
Now, did you see, there's a wonderful film called Little Big Farm, and they put an orchard in. It's a similar idea to here, which is farming in harmony with nature. And they had a massive slug problem in their orchard. So do you know what they did? They brought all the ducks, and the ducks came in and ate all the slugs off the
Fabulous.
trees. And I was thinking, we've still got 2 ducks.
We do.
If we have a duck problem, I mean a slug
A
problem,
slug problem, bring them up
or
here.
a duck problem, we can bring them here.
Yep.
Claire, it's your favourite place, isn't it? This is Claire's happy place. Is this your happy place?
It's Claire's orchard.
It is Claire's orchard.
Or are you talking
really.
about the sheep?
Well, both really. So to marry your orchard with your sheep must make this a pleasant place for you to visit.
It's been a really good success, I think.
Now, who have we got in here?
So these are the boys. So this is the bunch of ram lambs that we had back in April.
Yeah.
They've been in here for about 3-4 weeks. So we topped off the grass back in June.
Yeah.
And waited for it to come back as much as we could. And luckily, with a bit of shade and the moisture coming up from the stream that's below, the grassland came back. So we put the boys in here.
Looks like there's plenty of grass for them.
There has been plenty of grass, and
But
they're not making a massive noise, so they aren't starving. But I would like to move them, and I've already got hurdles set up in the corner with a trough in there.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Ready to move them to their next station, which will be the glamping field.
And so these male lambs, they're mostly going to go into the food chain, aren't they?
They will. So my plan, so there are 13 in here.
Which one is Easter lunch? I think it could be that one over there.
Well, you look at, I'm calling it because I'm not actually sure whether it's male or female, the one without horns.
Oh,
just looking over the back there. It's so much smaller than the rest. So if you think of a
roasting dish.
No. Down at market you have sort of corralled areas, so the pens.
Yes.
So the pens at market,
12
of them would look smashing in a pen at market. And then you get it on the left-hand side. He'd really lower the tone. So he's going to stay.
He's going to stay.
Chris.
What do you mean we're going to try and fatten him up?
He's going to go in with the ewe lambs down on the gallops, and then the rest of the 12 will at some point go off to market.
Go to market.